Okay, today we will see exponent in the radical in mathematics. How to describe this terminology. We will see all about exponent in the radical with example, and we do exercise finally. And, now let us start from definition. For any two real number a and b, if a square is equal to b, then a is a square root of b. This means when, for example, square root means simply, for example, let us say that here a is equal to b. Then when we a square root of this, we get uh, a times a. This means a times a. When it's out of radical, it is equal to a. So a is a square root of b. This is the definition of a square root. And let us see another example for any two real number a and b. If a square is equal to b, then a is the square root of b. So this is the definition. Here are some examples. We see all of them. Perfect square, also decimal fraction like this. Perfect square may be fraction or non-fractional, or a real number or natural number. So for example, if you take 4 over 9 or 0.09, it is a perfect square, and this is also a perfect square. So before taking example of perfect square, what is perfect square means? Perfect square means a number that is without remainder when it is out from a square root. For example, if you take square root of 4, it gives us 2. Let's set another dividend. But square root of 5, when you take square root of 5, it is not a perfect square because there is no any number that is multiplied by itself gives us 5. But 4 is, for example, if you square root of 4 is 2. 2 times 2 is equal to 4. But there is no any number multiplied by itself gives us 4. Another example we can take perfect square that are perfect square. If you take 9, 9 is perfect square because when you square root of 9 is equal to 3, because 3 times 3 is 9. So it is a perfect square. There are so many perfect square. For example, if you take 60, 60 is equal to a square root of 60 means 4, 4 because 4 times 4 is 60. So this type of number are all are perfect square. There are so many that are not perfect square. If you take a square root of 8, it is not perfect square because there is no any number multiplied by itself gives us 8. ስለዚህ ፐርፌክት ስኩዌር ማለት ምንድን ነው? ቁጥር ተባዝቶ እርስ በርሱ ስናባዛው ያንን ቁጥር የሚሰጠን ከሆነ ያ ቁጥር ፐርፌክት ስኩዌር ነው እንላለን። ለምሳሌ 4 ብንወስድ 4 ማለት 2 ሲባዛ 2 ማለት ነው። ይሄ ደግሞ 2 ሆኖ ይወጣል ማለት ነው። ስኩዌር ውስጥ ስንከተው 4 2 ሆኖ ይወጣል። አምስትን ብንወስድ ግን አምስት ማንም ቁጥር አምስት ሊሰጠን ራሱን በራሱ አባዝቶ ልክ እንደዚህ ሁለት ሲባዛ ሁለት ሶስት ሲባዛ ሁለት አራት ሲባዛ አራት አምስት ሲባዛ አምስት ብለን የሚሰጠን ራሱን በራሱ ስናባዛ አምስት የሚሰጠን የለም ማለት ነው። 25 ግን ፐርፌክት ስኩዌር ነው ምክንያቱም አምስት ሲባዛ አምስት 25 ስለሆነ ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ ፐርፌክት ስኩዌር እንደዚህ ይገለጻል ማለት ነው። ሌላም አለ ለምሳሌ 0.03 ፐርፌክት ስኩዌር ነው ምክንያቱም 09 ማለት ነው። ይቅርታ we can also give another example that are perfect square. If you take 0.09 it is a perfect square because when we multiply 3.3 times 0.3 it gives us 0.09. So this is perfect square. We can also give fraction. For example, if you give 4 over 9 when we square root, it gives us 2 over 3 because 4 means 2 times 2, 9 means 3 times 3. So this is perfect square. We can give many example, but we see in detail in exercise. ስለዚህ ይሄ ሁሉ ነው ማለት ነው። ለምሳሌ 2/3 ስኩዌር ስናደርገው 4 ኔጌቲቭ 8 በጣም ኔጌቲቭ 8 ስኩዌር ስናደርገው ኔጌቲቭ 8 ይሆናል። ካን ኦልሶ ኔጌቲቭ 8 በጣም ኔጌቲቭ 8 ስኩዌር ስናደርገው 64 ነው። ኔጌቲቭ ስኩዌር ኦፍ ስኩዌር when we multiply 12 negative 12 times negative 12 it gives us because negative times negative it gives us positive, so positive 144. So you may ask that negative 8 is also a square root of 64. Negative 12 is a square root of 144. The positive square root number called principal square root. We say negative square root when we it is called principal square root because negative 8, negative 12, any number that are square root of negative we call the principal root, and the symbol is called radical sign. This symbol as you see here, this symbol called known as this symbol is sorry so this symbol is known as square root radical. The symbol is known as radical. So the sign is radical and the number under this radical is known as. So we will continue, and we a symbol of square root of 25 is read as the principal square root of 25 is or just the square root of 25 and the negative square root of the negative square root of 25. When we read this a given symbol, we say that 25 is read as the principal square root of 25. We can read as like that, and just the square root of 25 you can say also like that, or negative. Here we have negative, so as a negative square root of 25. So we can read this square root, this radical like this. If p is a positive real number, positive real number. Uh, Radical of b is a positive real number. We can say read this like that, and now we can say a square root of the square root of b, and the principal square root of b. We can say like that. We read like this. Negative real number do not have a square root in the set real number since square square of a are greater than 0 for any real number, because we say square root of any number is not less than 0. It is always greater than 0, because when we square any negative number, any natural number, it will be greater than 0 for any numbers. For any numbers, for any decimal numbers, negative numbers, when we square any number, it gives us positive number or uh, greater than 0. For example, if you take negative 3, uh, the whole square, it gives us this means negative 3 times negative 3, it is equal to 9, because negative times negative times negative, it gives us positive. So any number when we multiplied by itself, it or when we square any numbers, it gives us greater than 0. ስለዚህ ማንኛውም ቁጥር ስኩዌር ስናደርገው ስኩዌር ሩት አይደለም፣ ስኩዌር ስናደርገው ከዜሮ የበለጠ ቁጥር ነው የሚሰጠን ማለት ነው። ኔጌቲቭም ቢሆን ለምሳሌ ኔጌቲቭ 2 ስኩዌር ብናደርገው ምንድነው ይሄ ማለት ምንድነው? ኔጌቲቭ 2 ሲባዛ ኔጌቲቭ 2 እኩል ይሆናል 4 ነው የሚመጣው። ፖዘቲቭ 4 ነው፣ ምክንያቱም ኔጌቲቭ ሲባዛ ኔጌቲቭ ጊዜም ፖዘቲቭ ስለሆነ ማለት ነው። ፖዘቲቭ ስለሆነ ማለት ነው። አሁን ቀጣይ ላይ እንሄዳለን። The square root of 0 is 0. Similarly, cube root of 4, when we 4 the power of 3, it gives us 64. You say that 64 is cube root of 4, and 4 is cube root of 64. This is written like this. You can write any number with it is in the root. For example, if you take 64, 64 means you can say that 4 times 4 times 4. You can rewrite 64 like this. When we cube root of here, cube root of 64 means is equal to 4. So 4 is because when we multiply for 3 times, it gives us 64. So cube root of 64 means it is already 4. So this is all about cube root. We see this with example. The symbol for 4 means or cube root of 64 is there is the principal cube root of 64, or just the cube root of 64. We can read like this. Each real number has exactly one cube root. For example, if you take negative 3 cube root, it gives us negative 27. It's or cube root of negative 27, it gives us negative 3. Negative 3, because negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3, it gives us 20, negative 27. We see this all with example. For future we will do all exercise under this exercise. So when we generalize this all numbers root, let us define. Let us read this definition for any two real numbers a and b, and a positive integer n. If a the power of n is equal to b, then a is called n is root of b. We say that generally. For example, if you say that, uh, sorry, is equal to b, this means n root of a the power of n is equal to b. Then we say that a is called n root of b. We can say like this. So n root of a is n root of b. It means, for example, if you take a is a power of 4, a is a power of 3, a is a power of 2, a is a power of 5. We can give many examples. So when we write this under root a, here 4, a, when we write this under root 5, here 5. So when we read this fifth root of a, we say fourth root of a. We can read like that. This is the same as this definition, but sometimes when n is negative, when root of b is negative, n must be odd, because when we multiply odd negative number by each other, they gives odd number. For example, if you take some, you can gives you on some example. Let us negative 3, the power of 3 is equal to negative 9, because this means negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3. Negative times negative, positive, positive times negative, it is a negative. So we get here, sorry, negative 27. Negative 3 times negative 3, negative positive 9, positive 9 times negative 3, negative times positive, it gives us negative, so 27, negative 27. So if the power here or exponent is negative, so the given numbers also negative. So if the power of that number is odd, so the result of that number will be negative number. ስለዚህ ይህን ይመስላል። ስለ ስኬር ሩት ይህን ያልካየን፣ አሁን ወደ ኢንስ ፓወር እንሄዳለን። let's define what is n power means. We see this with example. If b is element of a real number and n is a positive integer greater than 1, then b the power of 1 over n means this is n root of b. This is n root of b. So this is 1 over n means the power, and this is a number we give us. So the definition of power is like that. We see all example with exponential example, let us write the following in exponential form. Let us write this in exponential form. The first example is square root of 7. When we write here, as we know, a square root means here we have 2, so we write this like that: 7 the power of 1 over 2. So this is exponential form of this. Another example, cube root of 7 means here we have 3. Cube root means 3. So when we write this in the exponential form, 7 the power of 1 over 3. This is 7 the power of 3, because here we have 3. Generally, when we write any number here, for example, if it is a and here we have n, we write in general form a the power of 1 over n. So we write this radical and radical number, we write like this. So we do many examples here. Let us see another example. We have, as we see, we have b, and b means 1 over cube root of 10. When we write this first, we write this 1 over cube root of cube root means here 3, 10. Cube root of 10. Let us check. Cube root of 10. So when we write this first, we have to when we divide here over means it is a fraction number. When we 10 the power of here we have 3, 1 over 3, 1 over 3, 1 over 3. So when we divide 1 over 1, here 1 means 1 over 1 divided by 10 the power of 1 over 3, 1 over 3 over 1. When we multiply this, we get the same number. So we can put this number like this simply. It is not simplified more than this. We say we can also rewrite this with a negative reciprocal. Let us write here. We can write this in the power of negative 1 over 3. 1 over 3, because when it is negative ከሆነ እዚህ ፓወሩ ኔጌቲቭ ከሆነ ገልብጠን መጻፍ ስለምንችል ማለት ነው። ገልብጠን መጻፍ ስለምንችል ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ ይሄን ይመስላል ማለት ነው። ሌላ ኤግዛምፕል እናያለን። ሌላ simplify. Let us simplify this given number. We have 25 the power of 1 over 2. This means when we can write like this: the square root of 25. When 25 out of square root, it gives us 5. So it is very simple example, because here 5 times 5 means 25. So when 25 is out of square root, it gives us 5. So this is do like that. And negative 1 over 3. Sorry, negative 8 the power of 1 over 3. Let us simplify this. Sorry. Let us simplify this. Negative 8 the power of 1 over 3. This means cube root of 8, negative 8. This means is equal to when we negative 8 is out of square root, we get this means the same as negative 2, because negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 is equal to negative 8. So cube root of 8 is equal to, we only select negative 1. So uh, in other way you can say that we can use like that, negative 8 means negative 2 the power of 3, to the power of 3, negative 8 to the power of 3. Here we have 1 over 3. 3 is cancelled by 3. We get negative 2 directly. So the answer is negative 2. We can also see from example here negative 2, since negative 2 the power of 3, and we can do for many examples. This C says that 64 is the power of 1 over 1 over 6, 1 over 6. So this means 6 root of 20, 64. So 64 the power of 1 over 6. This means 6 root of 64. As we know, this is directly 2, because uh, 2 the power of 6 is equal to 64. So this is equal to this. So 2 the power of 6 in the whole 64 means 2 the power of 6 is, and we have here 1 over 6. So 6 is cancelled by 6, so the answer is 2. We simplify like this. If you have any question here, we can leave your question under comment of this video by subscribing each channel. Let us simplify this example. We have so many examples here. Let us only do a selected question. Let us select A, B. From A we can do these all are the same. A and A are the same. Let us do A and from A this and this, or we can also this and this. Let us do it. Okay. The first question says that in the bracket 8 times 27 the whole 1 over 3, 1 over 3. So this is we can write this like this. 8 the power of 1 over 3, 1 over 3 times 27 the power of 1 over 3. We can write individually. This is the same as this. So to here also we can write this cube root of 8 times cube root of 27. 27. So this means 2, because 2 is equal to 8, so times uh, cube root of 27 means 3, because 3 times 3 times 3 is equal to 27. So our answer is 2 times 3 is equal to 6. So this is our answer. And in other way, you can do this in other way. Let us do in other way. I can do this with another way. The given question says that here the given question says that in the bracket 8 times 27 the whole 1 over 3. We the given question is like this. As we know, it means to the power of 3, to the power of 3 times uh, 27 means 3 the power of 3, and this is when we rewrite this, we get this, and again we can write this in the bracket 2 times 3. Sorry, here we are not like that. This means in the bracket 2 times 3, let us 3 is the same. Here we can take 3 for both, because both have the same power. Sorry, here we can write this the power of 3, because we 3 we can take for common, and again in the bracket we have 1 over 3 here. So 3 is cancelled by 3, we only have the power of 1. So 2 times 3 is equal to 6. This is our answer, 6. When we simplify all, all this, we can add another example. The last square root of 36 times 49. We can also we can also do this simply with a simple formula. We can simplify this like this. Uh, Square root of 36 times 49. Here we can write 2 here. Square root of 36 times 49. We rewrite this in the form of like this. 36 the power of 49. Here we say that the power of the whole, the power of 1 over 2. As we say before, 36 means 6 times 6, so 6 square times 49 means 7 times 7, so 7 the power of 2, and we say here we have 1 over 2, and we rewrite again this 6 times 7. We take for both 2, we have take 2. Then we can also take a look 1 over 2. Then we have 2 is cancelled by 2. We get 6 times 7 is equal to 42. So the answer is 42 for this question. And we from B we can now let us do the first one. The first question says that, let us do it. The question number 1 says that cube root of 8 is the power of 1 over 3 times 27 the power of 1 over 3. Let us do this example. 8 is the power of 1 over 3 times 27 the power of 1 over 3. We can do in many ways. In other, the first method is 8 means 8 means to the power of 2. So the power of 8 means to the power of 3. Sorry, here. Sorry, let us again. 8 means to the power of 3. The whole again, this 1 over 3. As you know, this is the same as 2 the power of 3 over 3. So 3 is cancelled by 3 is equal to 2. It means like this. And here we have 27. 27 means 27 the power of 1 over 3. So 27 means 3 the power of 3 and the whole 1 over 3. We cancel 3 by 3. We get only 3. So 2 times 3 is equal to 6. This is the first way of doing this equation. In other way, we can do also in simple way. We can this means the same as cube root of 8 times cube root of 27. This means, as we say before, it is 2. Cube root of 27 means it is 3. So the answer is 6 because 2 times 3 is equal to 6. This is the second method, and we have many methods, but this is some of the method we do this example. ስለዚህ ይህን ይመስላል ማለት ነው። የመጨረሻ ኤክሰርሳይዝ ላይ ስላለን what is the relation do you observe between A and B? This we already do all the above formula and the theorem. Let us see this theorem. We observe from this activity or this group work. We conclude that for any two real number A and B, and for all integers n greater than 2, A is the power of 1 over n, B is the power of 1 over n means the same as A times B is the power of n. Because as we see before, for example, if you take 8 times 27, the power of 1 over 3 is the same as and here we can rewrite this 8 the power of 1 over 3 times 27 the power of 1 over 3, and we can write this again by taking this common number power, and we write like this as the first way 27. We write also this like this. So the theorem is an example with this example. So in general, is a power of n if n is greater than 2 and b the power of 1 over n. We can take this the power and under plus we write like this in general. So let us do this example. Simplify each of the following. 9 is the power of 1 over 3 times 3 is the power of 1 over 3. Let us simplify this equation. we simplify this, first let us write the equation 9, the power of 1 over 3 times 3, the power of 1 over 3. As we say from the theorem, if it is A and if it is B and if it is N, we write this like that: 9 times 3, the whole 1, the power of 1 over 3. When we multiply 9 times 3, we get that 27, the power of 1 over 3. So 27 1 power of 1 over 3 means it is 3, because 3 times 3 times 3 is equal to 3. This means the cube root of 27, the same as cube root of 27. So this is simplified like this. It is very simple equation. Another equation under B, fifth root of 60 times fifth root of 2. This is also a simple. Let us do it. Let us do it. Fifth root of here we have 5. Fifth root of 60 times fifth root of uh, fifth root of 2. Fifth root of 2. This means we write this in the form of like this, since the fifth root was a fifth root, we write this again like that: 60, the power of 1 over 5. This is the same as this, times 2 the power of, sorry, here we have a question. Yeah, correct. 2 the power of fifth root of 2 means 2 the power of 1 over 5. 1 over 5. So this 1 over 5 is the same. We take for both for common. We write this in the form of 60 times 2, the whole, for we can take, since it is common, 1 over 5 is common power for both 2 and 5. We can take number in by multiplying both. We keep the power here. We take, if it is common number, we take 1. And now here this means now we can say that 32, because 60 times 2 is equal to 32. So 32, the power of 1 over 5 is equal to 2, because 32 means to the power of 5. 32 is equal to uh, to the power of 5. So 5 will be cancelled like that. So 2, our answer is 2 after simplification. So this is all about the week. We do another example. We have many examples, and we can do also all exercise here. This is all about this activity. Another, we have another activity. Okay, wait a minute, and here we have another activity. And ይህንን ኤግዛምፕል ሰርተን ጨርሰናል። ኤግዛምፕል ከዚህ ውስጥ ከአክቲቪቲ ቀጣዩን ይህንንና ይህንን ከሰራን በቂያችን ነው። ተመሳሳይ ነው። ሌላው ሪሌሽናቸውን ነው የሚለን። ስሩ ሳይሆን ሪሌሽናቸውን እዩ ስለተባልን 64 the power of 1 over 5 over 1 uh, to the power of 1 over 5, as we can uh, do this in many way. When we simplify, this is the same as this, because take uh, for both, since it have the same power, we take for both 1 over 5 and rewrite this is the same as this. This is the same as this. This is the same as this. This is always, and we generalize that for any two real number a and b. B is different from 0, because any number when we divide by 0, it is undefined. So it is, since so b must be different from 0 for all integers n greater than 2. We can say that is the power of 1 over n over b the power of 1 over n, means we take 1 over n for both, and we divide a over b the power of 1 over n. This is the same as this activity. So this is all about fraction. We do this example. Let us write the first example we given is 16. 60 is the power of 1 over 3 over 2 the power of 3. We can write this in the form of, we can since 5, okay, since it have the same power, we take this power, and 60 divided by 2, 60 over 2 is the power of 1 over 3. This means 60 divided by 2, we get 8. So 8 is the power of 3, means we this 2 equals 2 times 2 times 2 is equal to 8. So our answer is 2 in simple way. And the other we have another example to simplify. Other example says that ሁለተኛው example ተሰጠን ምንድን ነው የሚለው 6 root of 128 over 6 root of 2. 6 root of 2. So we this means 128 the power of 1 1 over 6 is the same as this, over 2 the power of 1 over 6, and we after writing this, we have a common power here for both. We only taking 128 over 2 the power of 1 over 6. This means when we divide 128 by 2, we get 64. The power of 1 over 6. This means 2. 2 is our answer, because 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, 6 times, it gives us 64. So this is all about the first question. The second, let us see this activity. To the power of 7 over 2. This means the same as we can write this this question in other way. In another way we can write this equation to the power of 7 over 2. This is the same as to the power of 1 over 2 times 7. We can write like this because 1 over 2 times 7, 7 over 2. And we can write this means cube root square root of 2 is the power of 7. We can multiply this number in 7 times. So so this is the same as this. And another activity we have in terms of we write again we have another question to the power of 9 over 2. The question says that we write this in the power of in the form of 1 over 2. So we say that 2 the power of 1 over 2 by taking this the whole. We can write like this. This is in the form of like that, but we can also add another square root of 2 the power of 9. We say we write like this. This is all about this activity. Let us say this with definition. If for a greater than 0 and p and q any two positive integers, a the power of p over q means it is the same as a the power of 1 over q the power of p. And again we can write also this like this because any number the power of 1 over 2 means in the root of that number the power of this p. So this is all about today's lesson exponent. We see today about radical, square root, and exponent, and again the power of. So this is all about today's lesson. For next time we do this exercise 1.5. For today this is all about. If you have any question suggestion, by subscribing the channel you can leave your question under comment of this video. For next time we do all this exercise 1.5 all question. For today this is all about እንግዲህ ዛሬ ስለ ራዲካል አይተናል፣ ስለ ኤክስፖነንት አይተናል፣ ፓወር ኦፍ ነምበር አይተናል። ብዙ አይነቶች እንትኖችን አይተናል። ለዛሬ ይሄን አይተናል። እዚህኛው ላይ ያልገባችሁ ነገር ካለ ከዚህ ቪዲዮ ላይ ኮሜንቱን ማስቀመጥ ትችላላችሁ። መጀመሪያ ቻናሉን ሰብስክራይብ ካላደረጋችሁ ሰብስክራይብ አድርጋችሁ ጥያቄያችሁ ማቅረብ ትችላላችሁ ማለት ነው። ኮሜንት ላይ መተው ትችላላችሁ። ነገ ኤክሰርሳይዝ 1.5ን በዲቴል እናያለን። ቪዲዮውን ከዚህ ቀጥል ስለቅ እንዲደርሳችሁ ቻናሉን ሰብስክራይብ አድርጋችሁ መከታተል ትችላላችሁ ማለት ነው። ያልገባችሁ ነገር ካለ ኮሜንት ላይ አስቀምጡልኝ። ሁሉንም ጥያቄዎች እመልሳለሁ ማለት ነው። ለዛሬ ይህን ይመስላል። ይበቃናል ማለት ነው።